I'm at the Douglas County Fairgrounds right now, and this, of course, is where family members are reuniting with students. So I'm able to talk to some of the students who are arriving here. I'm with Christina. This is an especially tough time for you right now because you're hearing about a friend of yours. What can you tell us?
As far as I know, she has been life flighted out to Sacred Heart, and the bullet, as far as I know, missed her spine and her lung, but punctured a lot of muscle tissue getting through there. But she is in surgery right now, like I said, as far as I know, and she is alive.
Where was she at the time?
I keep repeating, as far as I know, just because we are being updated with information just as often as you guys are, and she was in the actual classroom that it happened. That's what we've been hearing, those of us that are friends with her. And so she was in Snyder Hall.
She was. So certainly you're thinking about her right now. Have you been able to be in touch with her family? Or
I have. That's who I've been hearing this information from. I've been hearing a lot of it has been Facebook updates by her brother. He keeps posting that everything's okay, that she's in surgery. The last one I heard was that she was in surgery and she was being life flighted out to surgery at Sacred Heart.
Gosh, well, certainly everyone is pulling for her right now, and we know that there are others like her and have been life flighted, either taken to the hospital here locally or life flighted out. And certainly we know emergency responders are doing everything they can for those students. You were also at school at the time of the shooting?
I was, yes. It was a little scary, not gonna lie. The shooting happened in Snyder Hall, and I was in the science building, which is the building right next door to it, in a biology lab, and I was mounting a wet slide for look at some moss at the front of the classroom when we heard a little pitter-pattering, like a backfiring car, like in the distance, and I thought nothing of it because I thought it was construction because we're building a new nursing building on campus, so I assumed it had to be construction.
So it was loud anyways.
Exactly. So I thought nothing of it until about maybe a minute to 3 minutes later, a professor came in from next door saying there's a possibility of a shooter on campus. We're going to have you guys go to the back storage area to stay there for a lockdown. We're going to treat this kind of like an actual lockdown drill. It wasn't until about 10 minutes after that that an email was released to staff, and staff let us know that this was not a drill. That was the very specific last line. We are in lockdown. This is not a drill.
So you and other students went into a back storage area. What did you do back there? What did you say to each other?
We actually, funnily enough, there was two things that were kind of happening at the same time. One was I was just thinking about my bag. Like, I can't believe I left my bag and my phone. There are people that were waiting to get in contact with me. And then the other thing that I was doing back there is we were actually using the time to get to know each other, because it definitely changes the dynamic of your classroom and the classmates that you have when you're in such a high adrenaline situation. And so we actually spent the time to get to know each other. We found out there were some military in the classroom. We found out that there were people that were in other classrooms that were texting each other. We were just getting to know each other, honestly, and actually kind of spending the time to bond, strangely enough, because there was nothing else to do, or comfort each other, those that were freaking out a little bit. I remember one's comment specifically was, "I left California for this." So.
Because I think we all kind of wonder how would we ourselves respond.
Yeah.
But you never expect to really ever be in that situation.
Exactly.
Was there anything unusual at all on campus this morning? Anything out of the ordinary that when you think back to it now, you wonder about?
Absolutely not. I mean, I was driving to school jamming out to Taylor Swift, and so there was nothing absolutely that was crossing my mind that this was going to be anything other than an ordinary biology lab day.
We were talking just a little while ago about what a tight community this is. The town of Roseburg, around 20,000 people or so. You have all grown up with each other.
Yeah.
You work together, right?
Exactly. There are people here who this is a community of 30,000 or so. It's about 35,000 or so. So there's a very real possibility that one of us or someone that we know could know the shooter, or went to school with the shooter, either in elementary, middle school, or high school, or even works with this person. We have no idea, but the thing is that it's such a tight-knit community. There's someone that's going to know someone that knows a shooter here, and it's so.
And we know we've talked about that someone who has been injured, so we certainly wish them well. Thank you very much for sharing this experience. We'll go ahead and send it back to you.